Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I know everyone's doing well, and everything is unfolding perfectly. I'm excited yet again because my next amazing guest is a chiropractor, womb shaman, and sacred secretion guide, and a whole lot more. But without further ado, I introduce to you Shelly Persad. How are you doing today, Dr. Shelly Persad?
I I am wonderful. Thank you, Lute. How are you doing?
Yes, I left out that doctor, but I put it back in there.
It's
I'm doing
all good.
I'm doing absolutely fabulous, and I am just thankful and so excited to be speaking with you today and interacting with you. And I just want to say that I believe that time is one of our most precious assets, and for you to choose to spend just a segment of your time here with me in the history of your timeline, I just want to extend my sincerest gratitude. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's my absolute highest pleasure and honor to be here. So
Absolutely.
thank you for inviting me.
Yes, this present moment is exactly
Mhm.
the way as it should be. And it is no coincidence that you and I are connecting today at this present moment.
Abs- Absolutely not. When you sent me the message on Facebook and we connected,
Right.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
I
yes.
was a fuck yes, I'm in. Let's do
I,
this.
I'm thankful that the signal that I sent out to you, that you received it. And
I
uh,
felt it.
thank you. Yes, yes. I'm so grateful. So let's just get right into it. I don't want to leave any stone unturned. So give us a little bit of insight on you being a chiropractor and just your methods and your perspectives. Even how did it even start?
Well, it all started really at age 13. That was my defining moment when I said, I want to be a chiropractor. Some knee injuries led me to two orthopedic surgeons who both gave me um, bogus solutions, so to say. Break both of your heels to reset them. And you're not going to be able to walk right for 6 months. And that's going to solve your knees dislocating on you. And I went, no way, no way, no.
That doesn't
So
even
a friend
sound right, huh?
no, especially at 13. At 13, I'm
Right,
like, wait, my bones haven't finished growing. I'm not
right.
mature yet. And you're going to break my heels? Yeah, no.
Ooh, that sounds awful.
So I made my way into a friend of the family who had just graduated from chiropractic college. And that visit alone, I was sold. I'm like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be a
It spoke to
chiropractor.
you.
I
Yes.
felt it exactly. And so my journey began when I arrived to chiropractic school after all of my college counselors and high school counselors told me, no, you cannot do that. It's not possible to get there as young as I did because I was so driven. This is what I want to do.
Right.
So, youngest chiropractor to graduate at the time,
Oh,
graduated at
wow.
just turned 23.
Oh,
That's how
wow.
driven I was. I was so passionate about
Wow.
chiropractic.
Amazing.
And throughout chiropractic school, I was a seeker. I was always looking for a different technique, a different modality, because I was already questioning. I'm young, I'm 19, 20, and I need to get adjusted regularly. My body's not holding its adjustments, and I live a fairly healthy lifestyle. I live in the gym. What's going on here? So
Mm.
that question was always there, bubbling up for me. But I made my way. All of my stepping stones led me to all these different amazing modalities. And even outside of chiropractic, I started diving into consciousness work and quantum
Wow.
physics and
Wow.
Kundalini and breath work. So
Mm.
I had my foot in two worlds for many, many years as a chiropractor and then as a sex and relationship coach for women, helping them to heal sexual traumas, heal their womb. And I noticed in both of these careers that I had, I noticed the same pattern. I kept getting burnt out one after another. And And I really had to step back each time I reached that full-on burnout mode and question why?
Right.
And it wasn't because lack of clients, lack of money, overworking. It wasn't because of any of that.
Mm.
Oftentimes in my chiropractic offices, I had 3-week waiting lists. So it wasn't,
Wow.
I was overworking, but that wasn't the root cause of the burnout. Deep down, I knew more was possible,
Mm.
but I couldn't guide my patients there. And then in my coaching practice, I knew more was possible for women, but I couldn't guide them there. And then I had to look at myself, that third pillar, and realized that I was burnt out in my own healing journey. I knew there was something I was looking for, but what? And I couldn't find it. I did every modality known to man, nearly every modality known to man. And I studied everything. I was constantly searching for something, but I wasn't finding it. But I had that deep yearning that I know there's more. I know there's more.
Right.
So after seeing my patients return with the same pain over and over again, seeing them not hold their adjustments, seeing that I can't guide them into their root cause of that sciatica, it's not because they slept wrong or fell yesterday or even that injury from 10 years ago. It's a deeper trauma or wound. But
Mm.
in the scope of a chiropractic practice, I can't guide them there. My adjustments were already 45 minutes long.
Wow.
And that was just working with their body because they had that quick fix mentality. Well, I'm going to
Mm.
come to you and you're going to take away my pain. And if after one
Right.
adjustment my pain's not gone, well, then how many times do I have to come back? No matter how much education I did, there was still that quick fix programming that has been
Right.
weaving through society. We're constantly
Right.
looking for the quick fix instead of investing the time, the energy, the effort, the work.
Right.
So that was my journey as a chiropractor.
Wow. Amazing journey it is too. And
It was.
yes, that stood out to me. Uh, that's an amazing um, journey, and thank you for sharing that with us. And I want to elaborate on, yes, even that quick fix, oftentimes in society, period. And I've been guilty as well, is wanting not only quick fixes, just quick everything, just want it now, quick
Mhm.
satisfaction, want it now. And I have to slow myself
Yeah.
down. I have to be aware and be conscious and just slow myself down and relax and just enjoy and just observe and just know that everything is coming at the right time. Everything's unfolding perfectly, as I mentioned in the beginning of this podcast, and just knowing that also in my perspective that real healing, takes time. Real anything, takes time, nurturing and cultivating.
Mhm.
And you can apply that in many aspects when you're building something. You can quickly put it together and it's not going to be as strong as something that you've taken the time and to build. And that's from my perspective and what I know in my own life, what I've gathered that intel in my just a representation of how things have unfolded in my own life, that taking time, the more time that it takes to create, the more stronger and stable, and just you get a chance to learn every detail, and it's just, and that is the same with health, I believe, as well, and what you were speaking about,
Mhm.
you know. But yes, we have to get out of our own
Absolutely.
way. Yeah. And especially in this time of uh, social media, where we get so much information flashing at us all the time. So we're looking, okay, I know that next. We have
Yep.
to slow down because the information and the media and all that, that's not going to slow down. You have to take charge of your own attention and slow it down.
And that mirrors how we breathe.
Right.
So the average person breathes 19 times per minute.
Mm,
And that when we breathe that fast, it's comparable to, I'm not
right.
sure if you have a motorcycle or have ever been on one,
Yeah, been on one.
but
Don't have one.
I used to have one. I had a three-wheel Can-Am Spider.
Oh,
Loved it.
okay. I remember
Loved it.
those. I
But
remember those. They
before
don't even make
that,
three wheels anymore. Yeah, they stopped making them.
oh, did they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
go ahead.
Well,
I apologize for interrupting. But yeah, I remember the three wheels.
they were fun. But
Hmm.
before that, my husband had a Ninja, and being on the back of it, going down the highway at 140 miles an hour,
Wow.
life is passing you by fast, 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 fast.
Right.
Now, if we can slow our breath down to one breath a minute,
Mm,
and that can be a 15-second inhale, 15-second hold, 15-second exhale, 15-second hold. How much? That's comparable to going down the highway at 10 miles an hour. You can
mm,
now see every tree. You can see the flowers. You can see the animals. You can see life occurring.
right.
We're at 140 miles an hour, 19 breaths per minute. We're constantly go, 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 do, 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 do.
Right.
We're living frantically because we can
Right.
only breathe from our diaphragm up. We're chest breathers. Diaphragm is frozen with traumas.
Mm,
So to slow down, first we got to master that in our body. And that,
right.
as you were talking about building a structure,
Right.
I call the body a temple body. Our
Mm,
body is literally, its architecture is sacred. It's built just like a temple.
mm. Agree.
And if you
Agree.
and if you look at temples, what do temples house?
Right.
Gods and goddesses,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
divinity.
Right.
So our body is a temple that houses our god and goddess, our divinity.
Mm,
Yet from the time we're born, look at all the programs and belief systems that we lay that foundation of our temple body, our pelvic floor. We lay that foundation with all these belief systems and programs without even questioning, like, let's add that to the concrete mix. Let's add that to
mm.
the concrete mix. And next thing you know, we've built this temple on a faulty foundation, false
Right.
belief systems,
Wow.
lies, illusions.
Wow.
So, yes, as you said, there's no quick fix to realigning or guiding this temple body back to that healthy state, a stable foundation, without investing a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of energy, a little bit of work.
Absolutely. And, beautifully orchestrated, beautifully, prolifically said. I was just visualizing as you were articulating. Amazing. And that actually aligns with myself, everything you said, because I recall, in different situations, people asking me, "Oh, how'd you," and gather from a numbers standpoint, and you'll see where I'm going with this. I don't see myself as being, super duper uh 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 popular and all that, like 100 million followers and all that. But people ask me, well, how'd you get this and how'd you get that? Like they're asking me, and I can feel the energy as they want to do the same thing quickly, like right now. And they don't
Uh-huh.
understand all the work that I have put and am still putting into creating, you know, my podcast, my passions, my business. I've been reading for years, many of books, thousands of hours of seminars, thousands of hours of self-work, and just
Mhm.
learning, different, like you say, modalities and different spiritual practices, just tapping into, physics and things like that. And just all that. It just doesn't happen overnight. People will ask me, those that hadn't seen me in years, like, "Oh, watch your podcast, amazing. How did you, get to such a place?" It's like, and I tell them it's called growing and evolving and nurturing and cultivating, and it takes time.
Mhm.
And not to say that I'm in any higher place than they are. I'm just different, and I'm just evolving in a different way and
Mhm.
embracing my passion and embracing what I feel, what I now know that life's purpose is, and which
Mhm.
is to elevate and elevate other people and help and be of service and just to align with your higher self, and to keep aligning and to keep, you know uh, uh, um, all the answers are within, and connecting with your spiritual self, and you know shed yourself of all those limiting beliefs and just a
Mm.
whole lot. And I'm working on that constantly. So I tell them, it's work, and it's not for the faint of heart because it's not easy. It's not easy. It shakes you up, especially, you
Mhm.
know, when things that you start to learn go against what you've been indoctrinated to think. You have to ask questions.
Yes.
You have to get to that point. And oftentimes in our, I want to be careful how I say this, but in the way we've been indoctrinated religiously or whatever, um, it's not encouraged to ask questions. It's just do it, blind faith, just or whatever.
Yep.
But if you follow in here, that teaches you to be inquisitive, and that's how you know it's not wrong. And we're meant to ask questions and to learn and to grow and to challenge. And I know that now, and before I did it, but it's amazing.
Mhm.
That's absolutely amazing. Also, can you give us a bit of insight on being a womb shaman, what that entails, and how did that come about as well? What is that?
So, so first, this will go back to my burnouts. So, at the
Okay.
height of my burnout in chiropractic, I had a patient. She came to me and she mentioned that she had gone to this town, Sayulita, and
Oh, Sayulita.
smoked this toad medicine.
Oh,
And she came back after the ceremony, and her fear of death was poof, gone. And I'm like, whatever that is, just like all of my other stepping stones on my path, it's like I had been waiting for my next stepping stone.
right.
And when Bufo arrived, I just knew what you were just talking about. Like you just feel, you're like, this is in alignment with me. Like
Mm,
a ding, 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 a little bell
right,
on my inner
right,
compass goes off. And it's like, you
right.
need this. And so Bufo, for anyone who doesn't know, is 5-MeO DMT. It's the strongest psychedelic on the planet. Beautiful
Mm,
sacred medicine, the Sonoran desert toad that lives 8 meters underground for 9 months of the year, and then only comes up for 3 months during rainy season between midnight and 3 to 4 in the morning to reproduce.
mm,
And so, as I refer to Bufo, it is the sacred medicine that lives in Mother Earth's womb and basically opens your womb portal to divinity,
mm.
connecting you to Source, the Divine
Oh, wow.
Mother's cosmic womb.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
that first, when I heard it, okay, yes. My husband came home 2 weeks later. Secretary in his real estate office told him, "You need to speak with my husband. He serves this toad medicine." My husband comes home and tells me, and 2 messages from Bufo within 2 weeks.
Mm,
I think we have to listen. Bufo's knocking on our door.
yes, it's for us.
So,
Let's
needless
try
to
it.
say, yes, needless to say, we did no research. We didn't Google it. We booked our ceremony and we went. And that was the best thing I could have done because I went into the ceremony with no expectations, not
Mm,
knowing anything about this medicine or its
mm.
intensity,
Wow.
and
Fearless.
completely and utterly. And it was my rebirth. It
Mm,
was a complete visual of I couldn't even exhale the medicine. I inhaled it, couldn't even exhale. All I can see are fractals. Poof, I'm sucked up through this black vacuum. I disappear for a little bit, who knows how long. Come back. As I'm coming back to my body and reconnecting with my body, the ego sets in. Shelly, was this
mm.
medicine for you? You should have studied it. You should have Googled it. Did you smoke too much? Oh my God, are you dead? What's going to happen to your office, to your husband, to your dog? To da, 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 da. The ego chatter shows up.
All right.
But I have no conscious awareness of my body in time or space. All I feel is just pure vibration.
Mm,
And that, when I finally grounded back into my body, came back, got in the ocean, blessed myself, as every wave touched my skin, it was like I could feel every molecule in the water, meeting every molecule of my body for the very first time.
wow. Blissful. Wow.
Like, wow, connected to source. Okay, I remember. And At this point in my journey, I did not really have a relationship with cannabis.
Mm,
She was a Friday night ritual, sit in our backyard hammock, swinging, looking at the jungle, engaging in deep conversation. That was our Friday night ritual. Instead of having wine, we would have cannabis.
okay.
But after this ceremony with Bufo, this rebirth, as I call it, Bufo rebirthed my relationship with cannabis.
Mm, okay.
So about a week after my Bufo ceremony, my husband mouth bumps me cannabis because at the time I had my points of views and I was coughing and I couldn't inhale her out of a bong. And immediately I feel like I'm going back and I'm cooking dinner in the kitchen, okay? I immediately feel like I'm going back into a Bufo ceremony. I'm going to leave my body. I'm going to fall back on the floor. I don't want to crack my head open. So I rush over to the living room. I lay down. My husband puts on some music for me. And it was a 2-hour reactivation of my Bufo ceremony just with cannabis, one puff.
Wow.
And she comes to me, her higher self, her just like ayahuasca has a higher self,
That's what
and
I was going to
everyone
mention
refers to
too, is yes,
ayahuasca
yeah,
as the
ayahuasca.
grandmother.
I've heard people have similar experiences with ayahuasca as well. That's what I was going to say at the end of your yes, but go ahead.
Yes. So, well, when I say she, I refer to cannabis just like ayahuasca, she, the grandmother,
Right,
psilocybin, the grandmother energy. So, different plant medicines have different energies.
right.
So, cannabis is a she. She's like the divine mother, and she shows up in my journey that I'm having, laying on my living room floor. And she's like, my daughter, I know you've been looking for more.
Mm,
If you are willing to trust me, I will guide you to that more that you're looking for that is causing your burnout.
mm,
And I'm just like, okay, wait, the medicine's talking to me. Okay, this is because I had not done ayahuasca yet.
right.
So it was a first for me. And she proceeded to say, if you imbibe me in sacred ceremony and you revere me as sacred, imbibe me with honor, with reverence, respect, permission, intention. Like if you really honor me as a sacred plant medicine, I will guide you to all of that more that you've been yearning for, that you've been searching for. And
Wow.
I said, I'm in. I'm in. Yes. Where do I sign, basically? Because this is what I had been looking for. And it resonated. Like I could
Right,
feel
right.
vibrational frequencies flowing through my body of, wow, okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, I haven't found it externally. And she mentioned that. She's like, I know you've looked in books and here and there, and you've done all
Hmm.
these modalities,
Right.
but nothing's resonating at your core. So that is where my real healing journey began with myself with cannabis.
Mm,
And at the time, I started just incorporating her into once a week meditation ritual, some breath
right.
work. When I get massages, I would imbibe her. And I was starting to piece together what was missing when I started diving deeper into other plant medicine ceremonies.
Mm,
Because
wow.
once I entered the plant medicine world, I started seeing that same pattern that led to my burnout. And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
okay, I do not want to go down this pathway again because I know where it led.
Mm,
Because by this point, by the time I entered the plant medicine world about a year and a half later, with psilocybin, MDMA, and then eventually combo, ayahuasca, what I was seeing in these plant medicine ceremonies by the shamans that I was visiting
right.
is that people would come back and drink medicine, take ceremony over and over and over and over, just repeat, constantly coming back. But they were never really going into their body to do the healing of where the trauma is stored in their body. And so, how I view it is how we in society know cannabis mostly as recreational,
Right.
medicinal. Both
Right.
of these ways are still we're giving power to the medicine. So, for
Right.
example, recreationally, that's why she has to be genetically modified so we can get a higher high.
Right.
So, cannabis has become now this plant that we smoke to check out, to numb, to escape from
Mm,
our reality.
right.
Instead of when she's imbibed in sacred ceremony, she can guide us in checking into our body and guide us on this journey because she activates both the mind and body.
Right.
because traumas have to be healed from both.
Mm.
So, medicinally, if people have pain and they're consuming cannabis medicinally, well, isn't that no different than being dependent on a painkiller? Because once that person stops imbibing cannabis, what's going to happen to their pain if they haven't gone into their body and mind to heal the root cause
Right.
of that pain, which is usually a trauma, a wound, fear,
Right.
programming, everything that keeps us stuck and limited, everything that keeps the foundation of our temple unstable.
Right. Unbalanced. Yes.
Yes. So, where cannabis guided me, circling full circle back now to being a womb shaman, she took me on the longest journey of my life. I had already been working with my womb, but she dropped me deep into my womb.
Mm.
Because our womb, and men have a womb too, in Chinese cultures, Indian cultures, in Japan, it's called hara, Hara. And it basically represents your pelvic space, your testicles and your penis, which descended at day 49 while you were in your mother's womb, when you decided, your soul decided which gender
Mm.
body that you
Okay.
desire. We all began as females. So
Right.
men began with their testicles where the ovaries are and with
Right.
their penis where the uterus is. So men have
Right.
a womb. It's just been not talked about,
Mm.
disregarded, undervalued because of, again, like we said at the beginning, all this programming, religion, everything is a sin from how you breathe to how you move, your sexuality, your
Right.
sensuality. It's,
Right.
basically your body is a sin.
Right. Makes you
Well,
feel ashamed.
and as I
Yes.
said, if the body is a temple, religion just doesn't want us checking into our temple to find
Right.
our divinity because they want us giving our power to the divinity in their
Right.
man-made temples.
Right. I totally agree with that. Yes. I resonate with that. Yes. Amazing. Yes. So
Yes.
that is
So,
amazing. Oh, go ahead.
so
Oh, no, I
being
didn't want
a
to stop
womb
your flow.
shaman. No,
Yeah.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yes. So,
So
yes, thank you for giving us that, giving me and us, everyone watching that amazing uh uh explanation.
well, and
So
that's the descent that we have to make. We have to descend from here
right.
into our womb. And then that's where the real healing journey begins, hence womb shaman.
Mm, yes, I that sounds absolutely amazing. And you know, I wanted to touch a bit on, we're down to about 10 more minutes. So before we conclude, I want to talk a bit about your book. What's the title of this? What is it?
Somatophobia.
Somatophobia. How did that come about? Give us a little insight on what it's about and where we can find it.
So, somatophobia, which translates to mean fear of the body,
Mm,
it's a guided sacred cannabis journey to your higher self. And it's a
mm,
continuation of my healing journey. Once I began this descent from my head to my womb, once cannabis guided me, she guided me into remembering how to heal all of the traumas and childhood wounds and fears and programs, ancestral collective traumas from both my body and my mind, beginning with the descent into my body so I could heal it from my body because the pain of the trauma is stored in my body. And then the story of the trauma is stored in my mind. So
yes.
because we have an endocannabinoid system, when we imbibe cannabis and then we drop into our body and begin this healing journey in the body, which then the mind follows, what happens is when we imbibe her, our endocannabinoid system, sole purpose of it is to restore balance back to a state of homeostasis or divine union. We have receptors in both our mind and body. So both our mind and body are activated. And then if we can remember how to navigate the feminine dimension of consciousness, that of our body, because our body is feminine, mind is masculine, the word shaman literally translates to mean one who can navigate the feminine dimensions of consciousness. So if
Wow.
the body is feminine, then the body is the feminine dimensions of consciousness.
Mm,
So during it's been 6, 7 years that I began this journey with cannabis, but I had a book gestating in me for quite some time. It took many different names, shapes, faces. Over the last 3.5 to 4 years, I have been deep in my healing journey, 3 to 5 hours every single day. And in
Right.
me healing my traumas and my childhood wounds and blah, blah, blah,
Yes.
I unlocked my holy grail, the knowledge and wisdom of how to heal myself and what these different practices that my womb was giving birth to share in my book. So it's a healing manual. It's literally a self-healing manual. You are your own shaman. You're your own healer. You are your own
Yes.
guru. Here's a
Yes.
manual that's going to guide you how. And cannabis is humanity's greatest healing ally. Our bodies were built with an endocannabinoid system to bring us back into balance, homeostasis, divine union between
Mm.
sympathetic, parasympathetic, right brain, left brain, mind, body, our upper masculine body, lower feminine body, our
Right.
inner masculine and feminine. So
Mm.
we have this built-in system for divine union. We have this plant readily available, easily accessible, who can guide us home to divine union when we remember how to navigate the dimensions of our body, the dimensions of consciousness of our body. So my book is split into multiple portals. The first portal is, of course, meet your guide, meet your healing ally, meet Cannabis herself, the original high priestess who guides you to your higher self,
Mm.
your higher consciousness. She heightens your feminine feeling presence in your body
Mm.
and your masculine mental awareness of your mind. Together, masculine and feminine, as I refer to them in my book, Shiva and Shakti,
Oh,
they
wow.
can conquer anything and everything. Shakti is the most powerful healing energy in the universe, and she lives in our womb. So
Mm.
now you're seeing the descent. We have to go on that descent to our womb to wake up our inner healer. And then Shiva, our mind, directs our inner healer through our body into all those stuck places that our breath has not been able to flow.
Mm. Wow.
Portal 2 is all about the fall from divinity. How did we get here? What is somatophobia? What is this mind body split? Why are we all addicted to this cycle of pain and suffering?
Right. Right.
And then portal 3 is meet your womb. It's a dark night of the womb pilgrimage. So it's all about the descent and the gateways within your womb as a man as well, the gateways that you will meet that from your womb on, for example, your prostate for women on their cervix,
Mm.
there are gateways or nadis or meridians that connect to your heart, to your throat, to your third eye, to your crown, the true
Mm.
gateways that open your higher chakras.
Right. Wow.
And then in portal 4, it is meet your temple body. So, in a very fun way, I guide you on a shamanic journey through your nervous system, through your lymphatic system, through the actual architecture of your temple body and its sacred chambers and its chalices and all of its rivers, the nadis that flow through the body,
Mm.
meeting your pineal gland, all everything you need to know about your body. You don't need to be a medical doctor. You don't need to read anatomy books.
Right.
It's literally here's a short and fun version of getting to know your body and what you need to know to heal your body.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
in portal 5, it's a somatic medicine bag. It is the self-healing manual. So here are the 7 different ways to awaken your inner healer, Shakti. And then here is how to navigate your mind and direct your Shakti into those stuck, numb, armored places within your body. And then the final portal is a now what? So now that you've remembered all of this, now
Right.
what do you do? What
Remember,
are
that's
some of
the
the,
key. I love
yes,
that. Sorry for interrupting you. Yes, that's a key. Remembered.
do not, do not apologize because
Yes.
we are
Yes.
literally remembering.
Remembering.
So our
Right.
higher self is becoming a member again in this holy temple body.
I totally resonate and agree. Yes.
So that is the essence of my book, Somatophobia. It's a shamanic journey. Every chapter, which I call a spiral in the portal, it is comes with rituals and an intention if you're imbibing cannabis.
Right.
And it is a self-healing manual, an ascension preparation toolkit, a sacred cannabis Bible. It's your guide to all things higher, a map to your holy grail. It's everything all rolled up in one. It's basically my life's journey, everything I unraveled, discovered, in how to heal myself, and how to reclaim my power from all the false systems, all the programs, belief systems, all the curses and plans that have been passed down through our bloodline. I mean, I put it
Wow.
all in there. It's a big book. It's 660 something pages.
Amazing. Yes. So we're down to about 2 minutes. So before we go, how can people find that book? Is it on Amazon?
Yes, it is on
Okay.
Amazon. So, Somatophobia, I can also share the links with you. My website
Yes.
for the book is www.somatophobia.com.
Okay.
And my website for my sacred cannabis ceremonies for women is www.drshellypersad.com. And then for any of the men listening, my husband offers the same ceremonies for men. We both offer an introductory ceremony to one of our Womb Kriya or Hara Kriya ceremonies to meet your inner healer and to remember how to heal yourself for free. So all of that information and the discount code is on our website. And we also offer once a month somatic ceremonial book readings to receive the vibrational transmission of the book in a concert format. My book is rhythmic because that's how we shift the stuck vibrational frequencies. And then my husband plays musical instruments to carry the rhythm of my song to all of
Amazing.
you on Zoom.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing, Dr. Shelley. And yes, amazing. And I will be sure to have all your links incorporated in the description of this segment. But just thank you again for being your authentic self and for expressing yourself and teaching us and reminding us. And just thank you on our healing journey. You're an asset to humanity, to spirituality, to us as spiritual beings. And thank you for bringing more value to me and my audience in this platform. Thank you very much.
It's my absolute pleasure. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. And thank you everyone for watching and or listening. Be sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, share this with everyone. Help the platform grow and share these amazing messages. Hit the Enlighten, Empowered, Evolve website as well at 333empower.com. Till next time, see you soon. Enlighten, Empowered, Evolve, love and appreciation.